Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, and a happy new year to everyone. I hope that 2023 will bring you a lot more happiness and joy than 2022. And this is by way of a little bit of an explanation and an apology that I haven't posted sooner. But I started the December with the intention of developing my some more work, and then I was laid low by a terrible flu virus, which I'm still recovering from. And you might be able to hear it in my voice. It was awful. Well, I won't go into the details because I don't want to scare anyone, but it was terrible. So I was basically laid low for about 3 weeks and couldn't do anything. And it's only in the past week and so that I've been able to get up into my loft. And I have been working on my model, and as you can see, I have made progress, but it's been slow progress because what I've been doing is basically filling in all the gaps and all the little holes. And I'll take you on a very quick tour of what I've been doing. As you can see, I have been working on the bottom here, adding details of probes and other bits and pieces and greeblies to enhance the bottom bit there. Working my way up, you'll see that I've still got quite a bit to do, and I wanted to get really much further into the model, but as I said, being low, I didn't even have the strength to climb the stairs up into my loft. But I have been working on the model and adding the greeblies to the sides and so on, and getting this together. I want to work more on the mandibles as well at some point, but it's beginning to really take shape. And what I think I'm going to do now is, because as I say, I'm still not fully recovered, so I'm not going to spend, I can't spend a lot of time up here because it's, for one thing, it's rather cold and I don't want to damage my health. But I'm going to put a bit of primer on it just to see where we are, and then continue on with this. It won't be finished now until probably the new year, but I want to continue with what I'm doing. So that's that side, and the bottom coming up on the other side as well. So you can see all the little details I've done, and it's doing it this way, coming up here and doing it in short bursts has also helped me to recover a bit from my terrible bout of whatever I had. So there we are, that's the top, and you'll see all the little greeblies and details that I have put onto it. It's been mainly filling in holes and blocking up the gaps, which I think I've done fairly successfully. You keep finding more of them, of course, as you go on. The more you fill in, the more little gaps occur. And that's why you put the primer down, just to see how far you've got and where the next stages of work are. That's the back. As you can see, I'm trying to put little landing bay ports in various areas to show off the scale, which, as I say, I want it to be gargantuan. This is the big Hyperion gargantuan starship there. So that's that side. So that's the model as it stands at the moment. So I'll continue putting on some more greeblies for a little bit longer, seeing how far I can just finish up that stage of fabrication. Then I'm going to put a coat of primer on it, and we'll see where we are at that particular moment. What I think I need to do is go out and get myself another battleship, because I've run out of battleship parts, Greeblies that is, and I think I could do with some more. So that's what I need to do, but I can't do that yet. So the best thing to do would be to finish up this stage of it by putting on the primer and then seeing where we are. But it does need more work, more detailed work, especially around the mandibles. They're looking a bit blank. So these need the greeble, these need to be greebled up, and also around this area here, and possibly up here as well. So yeah, so it needs more work, more small scale work done, and I'm not quite finished yet, but I will put some prime on it now, and we'll see where we are. So I've completed the large scale fabrication as much as I can. What I need to do now, as I said, is to get another battleship model and raid the greeblies on that to make sure that I can complete the small scale detailing around the top of the model and then the mandibles, but the large scale fabrication is done. I'll take you on a brief tour of what I've done. I've already added more detailing around this bit and around the sides here, so as I will go and have a look and go in. I've still got to work on this area here, but as I say, we'll have to wait till we get some more greeblies from the battleship. I think that'll cover that area, and up the top here, as you can see, more greeblies, as I said, required along here, but the sides are all looking done, and I've done a lot of filling around this area here, creating some more contrast and context to it. And I'm happy how it's looking. I said earlier on in another post that one of my ambitions was to try and create a sort of synergy between sculpture and model making, and I think this is getting closer to the ideas that I have about turning model making into a kind of sculpture, because I do believe this has a kind of sculptural quality to it. That's the other side. As I say, I've been filling in all the little dents and marks so that it appears to be one solid object rather than lots of other little bits put together. Again, we'll go have a look around it. Yeah, there's the sides, as you can see. Happy with that. And the back area there. And it continues underneath. I managed to block up some of the holes underneath. I'm thinking about the engines. I might not leave them bare like that because again, you can see too much of an A-wing there from Star Wars, and I want to try and get rid of that. So I might either enclose the engine housing or bring the engines out a bit more. I'm not sure. I'll think about that. But the next thing that I need to do is to add a coat of primer. But it's late in the evening now, so the primer will have to wait till tomorrow when it's lighter and I can get down into the garden to put the primer on. So yeah, that's the next little bit, and I'll show you that when I'm down there. So it's the morning of the last day, New Year's Eve, and as luck would have it, it's raining outside, of course, would be, so I can't go out and spray it outside, so I'm going to have to spray it in here, which means opening the windows and getting some fresh air in. But anyway, I've got as far as I can go now on the fabrication, so yes, it's time for that coat of primer, and we can find out what we're looking at. So I will do the primer and then show you where we are. And here we are, guys. The coat of primer has been added, and that's the Hyperium, I think, more or less fabricated and coated. As I say, not quite finished yet because I want to put more pieces on it, but I think we've got the general shape and everything there. Let's take a little journey around it. I think that the shape looks quite impressive, and as you can see, you can get everything in once it's finally completed with a colour scheme. I said that I wanted to try a Chris Frost kind of idea, and I've got an idea in mind. Not quite Chris Frost, but an idea to differentiate between the various surface details, which will hopefully work. And that's the view from the other side. As I said, the mandibles will need looking at because I want to increase some of the details of the mandibles. Getting it all in is rather difficult because it is rather tall. But I think we're all there with the actual shape, and yeah, I'm happy with that. That's worked very well as far as I'm concerned. I think it's really come together, and the various different details come out nicely. And from that angle too. So guys, I'm happy with the Hyperium, and as I say, got to buy some more little greeblies just to finish off, especially as I said around the mandibles. But I'll get round to the mandibles. You see, it's the ends of the mandibles I want to put detail on because they're rather rather bland and blank. So I need to look at those. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with how that has turned out. And I think it makes a rather imposing ship. I also wanted to update you on two projects which I'm going to start early in the new year. This was so this is the first one. It's a continuation of working on this what I would call Star Wars influenced. Well, it's obviously Star Wars influenced because it's got a Star Wars blockade runner engine at the back, and it's using bits and pieces from this Star Wars blockade runner. But it's my idea of a kind of Corvette ship using Nerf gun parts, as you can see, especially the front area here. And I want to finish this one off and get this one completed. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do in the new year. Early in the new year is to work on this one and get it sorted out, and hopefully we can come to a conclusion on this one. I won't be building up the top. I want this to look quite like a Star Wars Corvette runner because, well, yeah, it's got the general shapes to it. So this will be one idea that I'm working on. And the other thing that I want to work on is not it's not this one. It's this is if you remember, this was the Tyrannus which I showed you in its entirety on a previous post. But as I said at the time, I was always a bit disappointed in it that I had made it too busy. So quite recently I came up with all the parts that I'd previously used for the Tyrannus in, again, this was the general body shape which I had used. I'd also used these parts at the front as well. That was another Nerf gun that I had found. I also found this part as well from another Nerf gun, which will be put onto the front of that one. So basically I'm rebuilding the Tyrannus from scratch, but I'm not going to be doing it as busily as I was before. I'm going to attempt to build it on a smaller scale and make it less busy, and create the Tyrannus again, but perhaps using all the ideas and knowledge that I have accumulated over the past 2 years. So yeah, that's the second idea. And so I shall wish you guys a very happy new year, and I look forward to seeing you all in the new one with more models to create, and hopefully the new year will be peaceful, prosperous, and creative for you and everyone. Alright guys, see you in the new one. Thank you for subscribing. Please give a like if you like this video. And oh, by the way, I'm nearly there at 1,000 subscribers, which is very humbling and very gratifying. So hopefully by the end of the next year, I'll be up to 1,000, perhaps even a couple more. Thanks for being with me, guys, on this journey, and hopefully you'll continue to follow me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.